The Philippines and Hong Kong are very important trading partners with each other. Hong Kong is the fourth largest trading partner of the Philippines in the region in the past. And despite its small size, it is also a big source of foreign investments. And of course, we cannot also overlook the fact that Hong Kong hosts one of the largest Filipino communities in Asia, numbering more than 220,000. I think Hong Kong has a population of over 7 million, but it has a population with high incomes, with high GDP per capita, and they have the spending power. And it is said in a study that around every Hong Kong resident travels 12.5 times in a year. So 7 million times 12.5 times translates to almost 100 million travelers, 100 million times of traveling in a year. So I think we still have to tap Hong Kong as a source of tourism, and many of them are interested in outdoor events, our beautiful natural tourist attractions, volcanoes, white sands, river rafting. We have a lot of natural attractions that in time can bring in more Hong Kong tourists to the Philippines. I talked with the Commerce Secretary of Hong Kong, and I repeated the proposal raised by Secretary Cayetano during his call on the Chief Executive Carrie Lam last December of 2017. And I was told that indeed they want to establish more economic and trade offices around the world. They are in the process of establishing one in Bangkok. They already have in Singapore and another one in Jakarta. But because they have a small bureaucracy to man these places, they told me that it will take some more time. But they thank the Secretary for raising this issue. In the meantime that they don't have an economic and trade office, they will just send their business people to Manila. It will be a very positive development once we have our own economic and trade office of Hong Kong in Manila. More and more Hong Kong businessmen will be encouraged to invest in the Philippines because they already have an office that can support them, assist them in their investment activities. So I think it will help businessmen from both the Philippines and Hong Kong once they establish the Hong Kong Economic Trade Office in Manila. I think the ASEAN-Hong Kong Free Trade Area is one of the achievements of the Philippines during its chairmanship of the ASEAN. If you recall, it was signed when the Philippines was chair in November 2017 in Manila, and it is an opportunity for a market of for the ASEAN with almost 650 million consumers, with a rising middle class, and Hong Kong, which is a traditional gateway to China, to benefit from economic relations that will be made possible even further by this free trade agreement between the ASEAN and Hong Kong. In fact, all the Hong Kong officials say that this will not only result in increased trade and investments, but also improve the people-to-people relations as an effect of even enhanced economic relations. I think this business mission is a very important mission. It consists not only of small and medium businessmen. In fact, it does not have any small and medium businessmen, but they have the big wigs of Hong Kong business. These are big Hong Kong businessmen with with interest in real estate, in infrastructure development, in finance. So I think they are aware that the Philippines has great economic potential, that our country's economy is consistently growing and has consistently grown through the years. They want to be part of the economic growth story, to be able to benefit from the economic growth of the Philippines. And so they have planned this trip for towards the end of April. In fact, before that, there were business missions by smaller groups last year, and to prepare for this big business mission. And we are very happy that they have decided finally, the leaders of industry of Hong Kong, to come to the Philippines and to see for themselves the economic potential of our country. It has got nothing to do with the agreement, but I think directly, but indirectly, because of the possibilities offered by the ASEAN Free Trade Area. I think that also is another reason why they decided to push through with this undertaking this year, because the Hong Kong businessmen are already in many of our ASEAN neighbors. They are engaged there, they have businesses there, but now they're seeing their possibilities in the Philippines. The Filipinos comprise among the largest, in fact, I think the largest foreign groups in Hong Kong. According to the immigration authorities of Hong Kong, there are around 222,000 Filipinos in Hong Kong based on their latest official figures. And out of this 222,000, there are 203,000 domestic workers, and approximately 17 to 19,000 are working as professionals or in the banks or as expatriates, engineers, lawyers, accountants. And so there's a good mix, but the majority of our country, men and women in Hong Kong, are household service workers. You know, when I talk to the chief executive and the officials of the Hong Kong government, even with ordinary Hong Kong businessmen and the Hong Kong public at large, they say that Filipinos are hardworking, that Filipinos are doing a very important job. It may seem humble to some, but it's important because they take care of the families, of the children, the elderly. And more than that, they allow the Hong Kong women to be active in the Hong Kong economy. And so they free up the women, Hong Kong women, to be able to work in the finance industry, in the high value-added industries. And so they are indirectly contributing to the economic growth of Hong Kong. Our domestic workers or our household service workers are indirectly, by working here in the households, they are indirectly contributing to the growth and sustained economic development of Hong Kong. So it's something that, in a sense, is acknowledged by the Hong Kong government and most of the Hong Kong people that I've met, at least. Our countrymen are very excited. This is the second visit of the President. He was here last May 2017. At that time, it was a smaller venue, given the time constraints. This time, we have a bigger venue, and of course, we cannot accommodate all of our countrymen. There are 220,000 of them, and of course, most of them, an overwhelming majority, support the President and would like to see the President, but unfortunately, we cannot find a big venue. Hong Kong is a very vibrant place. You have to make reservations 1 year in advance. So we couldn't get the biggest stadiums. What we got is a medium-sized place with around a capacity of 2,500. I'm sure we have already exceeded that target. We have enlisted around 2,000 plus people who would like to see the President speak. and they're all very, very excited and look forward to the visit of the President. Well, my message is our countrymen in Hong Kong are very excited about his visit, and we are very, very happy that he has chosen to come to Hong Kong once again, where an overwhelming majority of Filipinos support him, and that our countrymen here, we are very proud to have him as our president because of the strength of his character, his convictions, his strong and firm leadership, and most of all, his love for the Philippines and our countrymen, especially for the overseas Filipinos, the Filipino migrant workers. And our people here really feel his genuine concern for Filipino migrants. And so they are appreciative, thankful to the President for visiting Hong Kong once again, and for all his policies and measures that benefit our overseas Filipino workers.